Welcome to another MozCon. Thrilled to have you here. Have an incredible show for you. But before we do that, I've got some interesting stuff that I've got to show you. So, as always, I like to kick off MozCon by talking about some of the big changes in the SEO world, some of the big changes at Moz, and, of course, the show itself. So we're going to do all three of those, starting with some big changes in search. All right. First one. Thanks to SimilarWeb, who I think SimilarWeb is actually here, which is phenomenal. It's great to have you folks here. So they collect a lot of clickstream level data, and they can show us things like where does traffic come from on the web. Search just keeps on growing, which is beautiful. I don't know if you've been to Silicon Valley lately, but this would surprise a lot of people there who think Facebook is everything, when in fact you can see social refers 5.5% of all traffic. Dark traffic, though, that's still a huge issue. And you can see that in referral data. 38% of my traffic, my social traffic, this is almost all shares on social, which makes me think when I look at that direct bucket, I think there's probably still a lot of social stuff in there. Second one, if you haven't read the article from Stephen Levy about Google's move to machine learning, especially on their engineering teams, I would highly recommend it. It's fairly accessible, and you're going to hear a lot about machine learning and deep learning here at MozCon as it relates to search, and I think for everything Google does for the next many years to come. Number three, God damn it, AdWords. Right? It just, I can't understand it. Right? They're doing this for paying customers, right? It's like, here's a few $1,000s a month. Yeah, we're not going to tell you where you should spend that. Sorry. We're just going to assume that you'll keep giving us your $60 billion, I think, was spent on AdWords last year. But, you know, screw you, advertisers. 10 blue links. 10 blue links, my God. This is data from Dr. Pete, who's going to be talking a lot more about this stuff. But only 3% of searches have these classic 10 blue links anymore. That's crazy. SERP features just dominating. That being said, most SEOs, that's concerning. 40%, well, okay, this highly scientific poll conducted with intense research rigidity and validity, 40% on Twitter by me. But 40% saying no, all right. Quality is becoming this site-wide metric. I think this is pretty cool because Google's been very page level for a long time when it comes to judging content, and now that is changing, especially the last 2 or 3 years, and we're seeing that really heavily now. Everett Sizemore wrote this great post covering all these details of how, and lots of case studies too, of how cutting out cruft on websites help them rank better. Number 6, you've probably seen me share this chart before. I mean, SEO is just dominant, just dominant. This isn't the word SEO, right? This is search engine optimization, the category list, which includes SEO. And man, I mean, compared to content and social, paid, it's just nuts. The interest in our field is incredible, incredible. I think that people are desperate to learn. But weirdly enough, job postings show the inverse. I think this continues the trend of what we've talked about the last couple of years, where SEO has become a skill, it's become a function, but it's not as much a job title. I'll show you more in a sec on that. RankBrain, Hummingbird, changing how content can rank. You guys remember the video game with the Italian plumbers? They're good at this, right? Like, they know who it is. That's impressive. You should try and fool them. Google gets real good. And as a result of these, more and more content can rank for a wider and wider variety of queries, more so than ever before, which is fantastic for content creators, fantastic for SEOs, unless you're the type of SEO who likes to build very thin content targeted at each particular keyword, then it's not so good. This is a highly in-demand practice. I shared this earlier this year. This is the hottest skills of 2015. So these are basically the skills that can get you hired in 2016. And this is the highest SEO has ever been. SEO and SEM, well, SEO and SEM marketing, which is semi-repetitive LinkedIn. Maybe they don't know what SEM stands for, but regardless, that's crazy. That is huge demand. But like we said, more of a skill than a title. You can see on LinkedIn, while the people who list SEO as a skill keeps rising, people who have SEO in their job title has stayed pretty stagnant the last few years. That is not a huge surprise to me, but I think it is an interesting observation for us. PPC, this is from Merkle, right, RKG. They do some fantastic reports every year, and this one showed paid search spend kind of continuing that trend of leveling off. And to keep up with this, we see Google doing what Google always does, which is making the ads more and more subtle. I mean, look at that. There is barely a difference between an ad and an organic result. And yet, I'm going to show you some incredible data thanks to Russ Jones. Are you here? Russ? I know you're here. Come on. He's tired? No, he was up early. Okay, I'm here. There you go. Come on up. No, so Russ has been working with us at Moz for the last few months specifically on collecting clickstream level data, which lets us see some awesome, awesome things. Check this out. So this is, in 2016, analyzing many millions of search queries through clickstream data. We can see the distribution, right? Well, that's still a lot of 5-6 word queries. We also have a new version of the search demand curve that I built last night. Sorry, Erica, for getting you my slides late last night. And man, that's crazy. Like, look at so basically around the top billion keywords, a little after the top billion keywords or few billion keywords is where you reach half of all search terms. And those are things that are only searched for tens or hundreds of times. So there really is a huge long tail still in search. The average searcher is performing about 3 queries per day on a desktop or a laptop. And we should have some data on mobile there soon. Of all those queries by all those people, 1.19% of all searches result in an ad click. Oh my God. That Google is making 90% of their money from 1% of all the clicks that happen. Now, this is clicks, not searches, because about 51% of all the clicks that happen on, this is google.com US data, right? But go to the organic non-search results. The rest, 49%, are going essentially to Google properties, sites, pages on Google itself, Google Maps, YouTube. They're clicking on instant answer results, right, that don't take them off the site, all those kinds of things. There are lots and lots of no-click searches. About 40% of all search queries result in no click at all. Like Google is either answering them, or it's an instant answer and the person hasn't finished typing their query, or they weren't satisfied with those results and so they're searching for something else. But that's pretty substantive. That's a lot of capturable value, I think for SEO folks. For weather queries like this one, Russ noted it's about 75%. Search Suggest, I think, might be doing some of this biasing because about 25% of desktop queries are coming through Chrome Instant. So essentially, they're loading as someone's typing, and that's taking some of that traffic up. These are the top sites that we saw receiving traffic from Google. Answers.yahoo still? I'm almost more embarrassed by that than I am by number 18. I'm not going to say it by name. So together, these 20 sites, this is insane. 22.8% of all clicks on Google that result in a referral go to these 20. That is dominance. Look at this. That's the top 100, top 1,000, top 10,000. So basically, if you're not in the top 10,000 sites, all the rest of the millions, hundreds of millions of websites are getting less than 40% of all the referrals. It's crazy. Facebook, by the way, we looked at Facebook too. Facebook's distribution even more biased to the top, just FYI. And Russ, you're going to write a post about this, right? You're going to have like all sorts of crazy, awesome, cool data. That's Russ and his lovely wife, Morgan, who were very kind and had Geraldine and I over. You can say yes now. Sure, OK, great, thank you. So this data is very cool. It lets us do a lot of the awesome things that you see in places like Keyword Explorer, where we can show click-through rate opportunity and volume. And we hope to do a lot more. You know, the last year at Moz, there were some good things, but we had some really painful stuff happen too. For many of you probably know that in August, Moz did its first ever round of layoffs when we closed down Moz content, and we're selling off follower wonk right now. And that was heartbreaking. The good news is there's some phenomenal folks to hire, and the ex-Mozers actually came together and built this Hire Moz website where you can go and find folks. We kept a Google spreadsheet that folks could add, you know, companies and job listings to, and there were 135 companies with more than 500 job listings seeking, I think, 55 or 54 ex-Mozers. So it's very humbling to see, well, how hot the tech space is, and the Seattle tech space is in particular, but also how in-demand Moz folks are. That was great to see. As a result of this, you know, Sarah's approach has been a strategy, much like Google's of many years ago, of more wood behind fewer arrows. So essentially closing down content, closing down follower wonk so that we can focus on Moz Local and Moz Pro and get back to our roots in SEO. And as sad as I am about the folks we had to say goodbye to, I'm psyched to work on SEO. That's where my passion is. That's what I love to do. I'm also very excited that I might finally get to shave this ridiculous mustache. Do you see the curl doesn't even, like it can't even do that anymore because it curls in on itself. And so for those of you who don't know, I started growing my mustache in 2013 and said, hey, when Moz gets back to profitable, I'll shave it off. And then I stepped down as CEO, and our strategy changed to be a little less focused on profitability and a little more focused on a long, long mustache. But I love being profitable. I'm very, very much looking forward to that. We've made some great progress in some of these, in some of our software. You know, Moz Local has radically improved its distribution listings process. Moz Local customers have closed like 200,000 duplicates now, which is great. We launched Local Insights, which lets you see traffic and rankings and reviews right inside Local. And Moz Pro's had a bunch of big ones too. So an upgraded Moz bar. I know some folks are having trouble with the Moz bar. There's a fix coming out very soon. Keyword Explorer, which is kind of my favorite thing right now, if you couldn't tell from all the stuff that I constantly talk about. Dozens of pro campaigns improvements that we've made, and you can check those out. We're now tracking lots of SERP features right in there against you and your competition. We have this more accurate keyword volume data, at least in the US. I know, UK and globally we are still catching up there, but that is coming. And as of last week, we've got that volume data in Pro as well. The related topics launched this year. So did date ranges. Finally, date ranges. Seems like you should have had that a while ago, but we have it now. So yes, I feel good about that. And just a lot more and a lot more stable releases at Moz than ever before. And I credit that to a lot of our software engineers, many of whom are here with us at MozCon. But we still got a ways to go. I have this chart. Adam actually maintains this, kind of showing like, here's all the things we need to be great at, and here's where we are today. And there's some where we are just not there at all, and some where we're doing all right. I have confidence we will get there. MozCon. Well, as always, we have an incredible, incredible lineup of speakers, phenomenal folks, a wide breadth, as well as some very, very deep work on and topics all around SEO and search, of course. You can ask questions to us via this app, the MozCon app, which this year, my understanding is it actually works, which is kind of nice. That's a new benefit. So this is in the iPhone App Store and in Google Play. You can download it, and then you can see that submission process, right, for Q&A. Whoever's on stage, that's who you'll be able to ask questions to. Pretty easy stuff. There's also going to be closed captions this year, live transcription and closed captions on the screen. Monday night, tonight, we have the Moz Crawl. Our partners, MozCon partners, are each sponsoring a very cool watering hole in town. Most of them, I think, are on Capitol Hill, which is just up the hill from here. Tuesday night, tomorrow, Geraldine, my wife, will be hosting MozCon Ignite, where you will see 5-minute talks on nothing to do with search. You can leave your notebook at home. It's really fun. If you didn't go last year, you should check it out this year. They're phenomenally interesting talks. Although it is going to be tough to beat Ian Lurie's chasing a raccoon out of his kitchen story. That was top-notch, Ian. Wednesday night, of course, the bash at the garage, where I hope to meet this fellow and compare mustaches. And we've got some great swag this year, including the Lego Roger. Gianluca, just for you, buddy. I got your back. Actually, I didn't make that, but you know. There's also, as you might have guessed from the intro, right, there is a video game, a MozCon video game that some of our designers and developers worked on. For fun, it is at moz.com/Roger-Patrol, and you are welcome to play. I think they might have used my voice for some of the characters or some of the announcements in the game. I haven't even gotten to play it yet, but looking forward to that. Outside these doors, you will find the Moz Hub. We would love to have you join us, help make your SEO life better. Christine Rayu from our Design UX team is going to be there, along with some other Mozers. We would love to talk to you about all things SEO and software and data and what you'd like to see. You can also demo some of our partners' killer tools and software. We do a special thing here at MozCon where all of our partners or sponsors are invite only. So we essentially said, oh, SimilarWeb, Unbound, Stat, Buffer, BuzzStream, like, we love you folks, we use you, we cite you all the time. Would you like to come to MozCon and show off all the cool stuff that we love you for to the thousands of people who are here? And they said, yes, that was very kind. So we've got some great folks out there. We love taking photos. I love taking photos. Please, photos totally welcome at all times. This is the opposite of the art museum. We love tweets. You can use the hashtag MozCon. We love the fist bump. I especially love the fist bump, mostly because I love data, and all the data says that if you fist bump instead of handshake, we can prevent, like literally just us can prevent millions of dollars in communicable disease transfer. So fist bump me, please. Fist bump each other, fist bump everyone. It's just great, it feels good, it looks cooler, be awesome. And of course, we would love your feedback about MozCon or anything Moz related. I'm wearing a feminist t-shirt, but all the other Mozers are wearing blue staff t-shirts. And if you see them, you can talk to them. You're also welcome to email us or tweet at us and talk to us outside, and we would love to hear from you. Get ready, folks. It is going to be an amazing MozCon, and we're going to kick it off with our MC for today, Distilled's Rob Ousby. Rob, come on out.